The Forgotten Secret of Braunfels Castle. There are places in this world that seem untouched by time, places where the past refuses to disappear. Braunfels Castle is one of them. High above the forests of Germany, standing proudly on a rocky hill, Braunfels Castle has watched over the land for centuries. To visitors, it looks like a fairy tale castle. Its towers rise into the sky. Its ancient walls glow softly in the evening light. And from a distance, it appears peaceful, almost magical. But those who know the old stories say that Braunfels hides something far more mysterious, something that has never been fully explained. According to an old legend, hundreds of years ago, a traveler arrived at the castle gates during a violent storm. No one knew where he came from. No one knew his name. The guards later claimed that his clothes were unlike anything they had ever seen. And in his hands, he carried a small wooden chest. The chest was black, smooth, and strangely cold to the touch. The traveler asked for shelter. The lord of the castle welcomed him inside. For 3 days and 3 nights, the stranger remained at Braunfels. He rarely spoke, he never smiled, and he never allowed anyone to touch the chest. Then, on the morning of the 4th day, he was gone. No footprints, no horse, no sign that he had ever been there. Only the chest remained. The Lord ordered it locked away immediately, far from curious eyes. Far beneath the castle, in a room known only to a handful of trusted men. What happened next would become one of the strangest mysteries in the castle's history. Within weeks, those responsible for guarding the room began reporting unusual events. Some heard footsteps during the night. Others claimed they heard whispers coming from behind the stone walls. A few even said they saw lights moving through corridors that should have been empty. At first, nobody believed them. Fear can play tricks on the mind, or so they thought. Then one guard disappeared. A week later, another vanished. Neither was ever found. No struggle, no clues, nothing. As years passed, the room was sealed, its location erased from official records. Generations came and went. Wars were fought, kings rose and fell. Yet the story refused to die, because every few decades, someone would discover a clue, a hidden passage, a strange symbol carved into stone, an old diary mentioning a room that supposedly did not exist. And always, the same warning appeared again and again. Do not search for the chamber. No explanation, no reason. Just those words. Today, Braunfels Castle attracts visitors from around the world. Families walk through its halls. Tourists admire its breathtaking views. Children dream of knights and princesses. Most never notice anything unusual, but some do. Some visitors have reported hearing distant footsteps in empty corridors. Others speak of sudden cold air in rooms where there should be none. And a few claim they have seen a faint light deep within the castle after sunset, a light that vanishes the moment it is approached. Perhaps it is only imagination. Perhaps it is merely an old legend passed down through generations. Or perhaps some secrets were never meant to be found. And somewhere beneath the ancient stones of Braunfels Castle, behind a forgotten wall, beyond a door that no longer appears on any map, the mysterious chamber still waits, silent, hidden, and untouched, waiting for the next person brave enough to search for it. But if that door were found tomorrow, would you open it? The Taste of Germany, a journey through German food and beer. Germany is not only a land of castles, forests, and fairy tale villages, it is also a country of rich flavors, centuries-old traditions, and some of the world's most beloved food and beer. From the snow-covered mountains of Bavaria to the vineyards along the Rhine, every region of Germany has its own culinary story to tell. And for many visitors, the journey begins with a simple aroma: the smell of freshly baked bread, warm pretzels coming out of the oven, and traditional dishes prepared the same way for generations. German cuisine is often associated with hearty meals: golden sausages sizzling over an open flame, crispy schnitzels served with potatoes, slow-cooked meats seasoned with herbs and spices. Yet behind every recipe lies a story that stretches back hundreds of years. One of the most famous German foods is the bratwurst. These traditional sausages can be found in nearly every part of the country. Each region has its own secret recipe. Some are mild, others are rich and smoky. Many families proudly preserve cooking methods that have been passed down through generations. Another beloved symbol of German culture is the pretzel. With its golden crust and soft center, the pretzel has become famous around the world. But in Germany, it is much more than a snack. It is part of daily life, served in bakeries, markets, and beer gardens across the country. And then there is beer. For many people, Germany is the true home of brewing tradition. Beer has been crafted here for centuries. In fact, one of the oldest food laws in the world was created in Germany. Known as the Reinheitsgebot, or Beer Purity Law, it was introduced in 1516. Its purpose was simple: to ensure that beer was made using only the finest ingredients: water, barley, and hops. Even today, many breweries proudly follow these traditions. Across Germany, thousands of breweries produce an incredible variety of beers: light golden lagers, dark and rich dunkels, refreshing wheat beers, and strong seasonal brews enjoyed during festivals. Perhaps nowhere is German beer culture more famous than at Oktoberfest in Munich. Every year, millions of visitors gather to celebrate Bavarian traditions. Long wooden tables fill with laughter, music echoes through the festival tents, and glasses of freshly brewed beer are raised in celebration. But the true beauty of German food and beer is not found only in festivals. It is found in small village restaurants, in family-owned bakeries, in traditional beer gardens beneath old chestnut trees, places where time seems to slow down, places where recipes are treasured and traditions remain alive. For many travelers, Germany is remembered not only for its castles and landscapes, but for the warmth of sharing a meal, the simple pleasure of fresh bread, the taste of a perfectly brewed beer, and the feeling of experiencing traditions that have endured for centuries. Because in Germany, food is more than nourishment. Beer is more than a drink. Together they tell the story of a nation, a story of culture, tradition, and hospitality that continues to welcome visitors from around the world. And perhaps that is why, long after leaving Germany, many people still remember the taste.